Hey guys, in this video I will show you the contents of the New York City apartment building for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I ended up buying this off Amazon after buying the core set in the hopes that it would help me play a full game with enough terrain to play properly. The core set comes with a few things, but not really enough to play a proper game, so using this I managed to figure out a way to have an extra size 3, size 4 and the building being size 5. So stay tuned to hear about how I did that, and I'll show you the contents and then show you constructed and also painted, and then give you my thoughts. So inside the box, half of it is empty with a big divider thing here. It comes with a instruction guide. The building itself was not too hard to put together, quite time consuming, but yeah, not too bad. Came with a sticker for the billboard, and then lots of sprues of plastic, and that's all. So I've got an Iron Man sticker here. I found this didn't stick too well. I had to end up gluing it down, but maybe I'll end up making another image for the front of it one day. Here is the instruction manual. So it's got a few different ways you can assemble it, lots of different options. Assembly guide for all of the extra parts, like the water tower on the top, billboard, and then talking about the construction of the building itself. You can make a 1-story, a 2-story, or a 3-story with this, but unfortunately you can only make one building. So we'll have a look at all of the different things included. First up, here are some side panels for the 2nd story. Then we have the ground floor. So each different side has 2 options, so you can choose what you want to have facing in and out. Here we have the billboard, and it also comes with some pigeons. I didn't end up using them, but maybe I'll use them for something in the future. I was just a bit worried that they might come off in gameplay. We've got connector pieces for the different stories, stairs for the front door, back garage, as well as an option for a bar, Josie's bar, the base, size 5 terrain, little piece of the fire hydrant came off, and here goes the roof. I wish they included 2 of these roofs, because then you could have made 2 buildings, but maybe I can make something in the future. More paneling for more sides of the building. And here we have all of the windows for the front of the building. Then more joiners for different floors. 2 different options for more windows. Here's some of the smaller pieces. So it comes with little electronic things and air conditioning units and some signage, as well as balconies and 2 fire hydrants. And then some of the things for the top of the building, and some more signage. The sunroof, as well as the door entry for the top. Here it is constructed. Have 4 things that comes extra along with the 2 fire hydrants, so 6 little accessories. Here is the options that I went. So you can choose how you want to stick all of the air conditioning units and the balconies out. You can choose if you want the bar to be at the front or Murdoch's place to be at the front. Here it is in comparison to a person. So, very big building. I actually found it was almost too tall. I'll show you later, but I ended up putting it into 2 stories. So when we're playing across from each other, we didn't actually have a huge building dividing us, so we could kind of see what's going on the board a bit better. And here is the billboard. You'll see it's a little bit wobbly, but once you have paint and varnish on the building, it just fit in there quite well actually. So yeah, here you see some of the details. Very detailed model, very easy to paint. And here it is painted. So it took quite a long time, especially doing all of the windows. I had to paint all of those blue squares individually, not trying to paint onto the frames, which took quite a lot of hours, but very happy with how it turned out. I know essentially a box could do the same thing as this could do in terms of gameplay, but in terms of immersion, it's really nice to have kind of a centerpiece terrain feature on the board. Buying the core set and this, I've had plenty of games and that has been enough terrain to keep the game interesting. So yeah, worth it in my opinion. A little bit pricey of course for plastic, but if you're going to be playing a lot, I recommend it. So here are some of the extras that it comes with, painted up. The water tank, and then the entrance door with a little keep closed sign. Have the sunroof here, and also 2 fire hydrants. So good range of different sized terrain here. When we play our home games, I actually use these as all throwing things, so even the things on the roof, we use them as size 2 and 3 terrain to throw. And then we have the billboard, which can attach to all the sides like that. And the billboard can attach to all of the different sides, of course. Not too sure about rules here. If you guys play the game and you know what happens in terms of movement, like if I were to take Captain America here and move him from the roof to the ground, is that considered to not be there, or does that make that side of the building impassable? I'm not sure. Maybe let me know in the comments if you know the rules to how the billboard works on the side of the building. So a few extra things that you can do to really get your money's worth with this kit is I end up using quite a lot of the terrain separately. So instead of putting it on the building, I'll put the water tank on the ground, and then that can be an extra size 2. And what I did here using foam core is I made a stand for the billboard. And we just call that a size 4. So that way you have at least one of every size on the board. So it means the kit comes with the building, which is size 5 and can't be moved, the billboard, which can be moved by characters like the Hulk, and then you've got things like the water tank and the hydrants for some of the smaller characters to throw. Also, what I did was not glue the roof on, so I used this house as a storage box. So basically, when I pack up the game, I just have the core box for all of the characters and the cards, and then I use this for all of the terrain, and it works really well. Another thing I did was not glue down the second story, so the building can be used on 2 stories, which is what we actually use for most of our games, because if my opponent is sitting opposite me, then the building's really tall and it ends up kind of blocking half of the game mat and being able to see your opponent. So in terms of communicating and practicality, we just keep it at 2 stories because it doesn't change the gameplay at all. And that also allows you to do a 1-story house and a 2-story house, and then of course a 3-story house. The 1-story house of course doesn't have any doors, but that doesn't matter too much. So yeah, hopefully that helped out a few of you. I knew there were some mixed reviews. Maybe if you do some of these things that I did, you'll think it's worth your money. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.